Becoming an NBA player will instantly put you at the highest ranks of society, along with the money and power. This also opens you up to a completely different dating pool, one not usually accessible to regular people, as you'll get to meet and potentially date some of the most famous people in the world. So today, we'll be looking at the NBA players who dated the same celebrity. Number 1. Kendall Jenner. The absolute champion when it comes to dating NBA players is none other than Kendall Jenner. Her list of NBA boyfriends is so long that you can almost make a top 10 list, and you can definitely make a respectable NBA roster, including 2 bench players. Out of all the players that she's dated, the latest star she added to her list is Phoenix Suns guard Devin Booker, perhaps the most high-profile addition to date. The pair was hanging out in the same social circles for years, but since the start of the pandemic, they've gotten a lot closer. Some of the other NBA players that she's dated is Blake Griffin, who she was in a rather serious relationship with until he had to leave LA after getting traded to Detroit. She's also rumored to be involved in an on-again, off-again relationship with Ben Simmons, but claims that the two are just friends. Yeah, we've heard that before, Kendall. Number 2. Khloe Kardashian. Khloe has had 2 relationships with NBA players, both giving birth to plenty of drama, as well as an actual baby. Her first relationship was with former Lakers forward Lamar Odom, who she married after just 1 month of knowing each other. As you can imagine, the marriage didn't last long, as Khloe filed for divorce in 2013 amid rumors of infidelity and substance abuse. Unfortunately for Khloe, her second relationship with Tristan Thompson seems to be headed down the same road. After a few years of what seemed like paradise for Tristan and Khloe, who even have a daughter, a video surfaced of Tristan living it up in a strip club while his girlfriend was pregnant. Although this obviously ruined their relationship, the two are still in constant communication for the sake of their daughter. Number 3. Iggy Azalea. Iggy Azalea and Nick Young used to be one of the most talked about couples in the world. The two had even gotten engaged, and it seemed like they had a bright future ahead of them. However, after controversy involving D'Angelo Russell, who accidentally or not, recorded Nick Young admitting on cheating on Iggy with a 19-year-old and posting it on Snapchat, it all went downhill. Iggy was on the fence about whether to call off the engagement, as there was still no real evidence of Nick cheating. However, after reviewing the home security camera, she discovered Nick was bringing girls into their home while she was away. This was the last straw for Iggy, and the two split up shortly after. Number 4. Kim Kardashian. Before Kanye West came along and swept her off her feet, Kim Kardashian had a run-in with an NBA player herself, as she dated and even married Kris Humphries. The two met during a game in New Jersey, where Kris was playing at the time in late 2010, and by the time the summer rolled around, they were already engaged, much to the surprise of Kim's family and friends. The wedding took place in August 2011. Even then, it was clear that Kim and Kris's personalities didn't exactly match. It didn't take too long for Kim to notice either, as just 72 days after getting married, she filed for divorce. The divorce didn't go so smoothly though, as for whatever reason, Kris was dragging it out. Finally, after a 2-year-long legal battle, it was finalized. Number 5. Eva Longoria. The Desperate Housewives star seemed to have found the love of her life when she started dating and eventually married the San Antonio Spurs legend Tony Parker. The two met after a Spurs game in 2004, and a year later, they became a couple. It didn't take long for Parker to propose, and in July 2007, they got married in Paris. Things seemed to be going pretty well for a couple of years, but in 2010, all hell broke loose. Just months after appearing on an interview and seeming very happy, Eva filed for divorce, claiming that she found messages from other women in Parker's phone. Although not officially confirmed, it was heavily rumored that Parker was having an affair with his then teammate Brent Barry's wife, Erin. This made sense as they were going through a divorce, but Parker hasn't yet made a statement on the topic. Number 6. KATYA Elise Henry. Tyler Hero didn't only tear it up on the court this season, becoming one of the NBA's brightest young stars, he's winning off the court too, as he began dating the stunning Instagram model KATYA Elise Henry. After getting her attention on social media, the two are now in a happy relationship, and KATYA even joined Hero in the bubble during the 2020 NBA playoffs. What's interesting is that Hero not only faced the Lakers in the NBA Finals, but he also faced one of his girlfriend's exes, Kyle Kuzma, whom she dated over a year ago. Reportedly, Henry and Kuzma didn't split up on good terms, and she even publicly commented on the breakup on social media, going as far as saying that Kuzma couldn't handle her. In the end, Kuzma had the last laugh, as he went home with the NBA title. Number 7. Callie Rivers. Callie Rivers, the daughter of Doc Rivers, has had an interesting experience with dating NBA players. She's currently married to Seth Curry, and the two appear to have a great relationship, including a few children. But it wasn't always sunshine and rainbows for Callie. 5 years ago, when she was seeing Paul George, he ended up cheating on her, and as a result, left one strip dancer pregnant. What makes this story very interesting is that years later, Paul George joined the Clippers, a team coached by none other than Doc Rivers, Callie's father. Their first training sessions must have been pretty awkward, but PG can breathe easy now, as Doc Rivers was fired after an early playoff exit and is set to coach the 76ers. Although Doc appeared to have forgotten about the situation, or at least pretended for the sake of the team, Seth wasn't so nice. During a game between the Mavericks and Clippers in this year's playoffs, Seth drove to the rim and scored over PG, earning an and one. After he scored, he turned to George and called him the B-word. Number 8. Kalani. Kyrie Irving is no stranger to controversy. From his questionable flat earth theories to the constant run-in with his teammates, it seems like the point guard can't stop making headlines for all the wrong reasons. When Kyrie started dating Kalani back in 2016, it seemed like the young couple had it going on, up until a controversial photo surfaced on Party Next Door's Instagram, featuring his ex Kalani's hand. What happened next is truly shocking. Apparently, amid all the hate and backlash she received because of the photo, Kalani attempted to take her own life, ending up in hospital. Despite being pretty hurt by all the rumors, Kyrie visited Kalani in the hospital and gave her his full support. As you can imagine though, the relationship didn't last for much longer. Thankfully for Kyrie, it all ended up for the better as he's now engaged. Number 9. Gabrielle Union. Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade have been together for over a decade, marrying in 2014, and are one of the most famous couples in the world. They met at a Super Bowl event in 2007 and were first spotted together while attending some events in 2009. They were both going through a divorce at that time, and at first, Gabrielle, who is 9 years older than Dwayne, didn't think much of their friendship. However, as it often happens, one thing led to another, and she found herself in a serious relationship with Wade, which became official in 2014 when they got married. Aside from Zaire, Zaya, and Xavier, who were Wade's kids from previous marriages and relationships, the couple also welcomed a little girl to the family in 2018 and named her Kavya James Union Wade. Number 10. Gloria Govan. We've saved the best for last. We've seen that for most of these celebrities, getting involved with an NBA player wasn't a very good idea, as almost all the relationships ended up in either heartbreak or divorce. Gloria Govan is no exception. Gloria started dating Matt Barnes in 2006, and 4 years later, they got engaged. Despite a turbulent relationship, the couple married in 2013, only to divorce 3 years later. They have 2 kids. Not long after, Gloria found herself a new NBA lover, Derek Fisher. One day, Fisher was at Gloria's house with Barnes' kids in attendance. Somehow, Matt Barnes found out about this and was so mad that he reportedly drove 95 miles to confront Fisher, who used to be a close friend during their time with the Lakers. A physical altercation ensued and police had to be involved, but there were no charges filed. Barnes denies driving 95 miles and said that he was only 15 minutes away and wanted to check up on his kids. Did you already know about some of these couples? Which one of these couples was most surprising to see? Let us know in the comment section, and as always, please leave a like and subscribe.